Hey, good afternoon. Michael Risse, Vice President and CMO at Seeq. Seeq is 4 years old, formed in 2013. We've raised about $10 million in Series A so far, and we've got 35 employees. Half of those come out of the process automation space, so vendors like Siemens and Schneider Electric and Emerson and others. The other half of our organization, primarily the dev organization, mostly software development focused, companies like Amazon, Microsoft, and so forth. If you put the expertise in innovative software together with the expertise and experience in process automation vendors, put that together, that's what Seeq is. So our focus on our clients and our customers is the manufacturing side of process manufacturing, right? We're talking about the dairies and the mines and the mills and the refineries and the breweries and the laboratories where things get made in manufacturing. You put all that together, you might call it operational technology. And that's the plants, the assets, and the equipment associated with making things in manufacturing. That's our space. And that's a very big space. These companies will spend $1 trillion per year on new investments related to their plants. And the life cycle of those investments is 20 to 30 years. So you've got a huge installed base on top of it. In addition, you've got an incredible number of sensors in those organizations, billions and billions of sensors. It's like the Internet of Things happened a few years ago, and they forgot to put out a press release, but these things are all sensorized. And so what's happening is you're collecting incredible amounts of data from these installations in these plants and so forth. And by the way, there are about 350,000 plants worldwide with more than 20 employees. So you've got a huge space, very valuable space, lots of sensors. You've got one more thing, which is DRIP, data rich and information poor. The manufacturing space creates more data than any other vertical by a factor of 2. And so you've got all of this data, but you've got the people in the plants who are saying things like, I'm starving for insight, but I'm drowning in data. And so that's the challenge of these plants. So much data, so little insight, and that is where Seeq fits in. Seeq is an application. It's an application in the sense of applications, empowering, enabling, facilitating, accelerating, fun to use, easy to use, collaborative applications that an engineer, an end user can use to find insights in all that data they've collected. And that can lead to impact for their organization. Better yields, better quality, more asset uptime and availability, higher margins. Seeq enables the engineers who know what they're doing, the subject matter experts, to find insights in their data and deliver impact to their organization. And the way we do this is the reason I'm here this afternoon in this track. At every stage of the subject matter experts or the user's experience, from connecting to the data, to cleansing the data, to contextualizing the data, to calculating across the data, to collaborating on the data, to publishing the data, at every step of the arc, from I get the data to I get the insight to the right person, we're using machine learning technologies, big data platforms, and open source software to build the software experience that the end user uses. So all of this is there. We're the most buzzword compatible product you can imagine if you knew what was under the hood. But for the end user, they don't. They just have an application experience that's easy to use and learn. They can get up and running in a couple of hours. They can install in 3 minutes. They can be working in 25. And they're getting insights out of their data 20 to 30 times faster than it would take to do it by hand in Excel. That's how we leverage this technology. We make it available as features that are easy to use for end users. So that slide shouldn't be there, and that should be. So what kind of projects are they doing? They can look at the past. They can look at historical data for like root cause analysis. They can look at the present for data that's coming in, monitoring, for example, a field of assets. And they can do predictive analytics on things that will happen in the future. So you get all stages of data in one experience. Look at the past, deal with the present, predict the future, and use this to find real value in the money that you're saving or making for your organization. Now, most of this, there was a slide there. Most of this that I've spoken about is manufacturing and plants and assets and so forth. That's going to be on premise. So the slide that wasn't there should say, and that was my fault, by the way, that, by the way, we're also on the cloud. We're on 5 different public clouds. We have customers on multiple clouds. We support multiple open source data sources, and we support both on-prem and cloud deployments. And so while most of the manufacturing today is on-premise, and 90% of our customers are, we do have set up an architecture and a model to work on the cloud and to work with more IoT-based scenarios in the future. So that is a quick introduction to Seeq. Questions?
So what role in the organization do you sell to?
Great question. The roles, we actually sell to 3 levels in the OT organizations. Basically, the individual contributors, managers, directors in the plant, and then sometimes to global analytics directors who manage analytics tools that go to multiple plants. Like there's a dairy called Fonterra in New Zealand. They have 130 dairies. So you can either talk to the corporate team in analytics that works to provide analytics tools to everybody, or you can talk to one plant and you can say, okay, these first 3 layers of management. One of our key goals in 2018 is to keep growing up that stack and be in front of sort of the VP of manufacturing type roles. And we're going to do that by bringing more of what Seeq can do up to different levels of the company.
One more question, and then I'll turn to you guys. So as you go up the stack,
Yep.
you got to deal with the question of AWS data services do everything, and Microsoft's going to do everything. Granted, for the individual contributor and a little those folks, I think you can win on the sales, direct sales team.
Right.
But when you go up to the center of excellence, aren't those guys all thinking AWS and Azure?
Fantastic. Put it all on AWS and Azure. You still need an analytics solution for your people who know what they're looking for in the data, right? Fine, put us on Redshift, we are. Put it on Azure, we are. Put us on any one of, what do you want, S3 or Cosmos DB or Bigtable, fine. You still need that interactive self-service experience for the engineers who actually know what they're looking for in the data. And we're bringing data science to them instead of trying to bring it to somebody who doesn't know what they're looking for in the data, right? So great, let's go. And software is software. Anybody could try and build what Seeq is building, but we are building something quite unique in our focus on the time series data aspect, contextualization aspect, and deployable anywhere aspect. Because if you go AWS, what do you do with 98% of the data that's on-prem right now? So.
Can you talk a little bit about your revenue model?
Yeah, so we think about the market size in 3 segments. By verticals, so we're in all process manufacturing verticals. By vendor, so Rockwell, Siemens, Honeywell, Emerson, Schneider, ABB, blah, blah, blah. And then how many eyeballs per company within those 2 spaces. And so we charge per user per year, whether you're on-prem or cloud, SaaS or not, but it's per user per year. So the more value we can bring to more people in the company, the better the revenue gets. And as I said, we've already started that expansion of interested parties, and in 2018, we're going to expand that up to more senior levels of the company.